And welcome to TSO Daily. I am your host, Mr. Graven. Alright guys, so it's tank week, it's Friday. I'm going to wrap this week up with the Warden tank. I actually have a new tank build for the Warden. This is kind of just meant for like vet content. I wouldn't really necessarily put this tank build in a trial, so that's a disclaimer. But it is a testament to all the different types of build configurations that you can come up with in the Elder Scrolls game. And I really kind of like where I'm going with this build. And I really hope a lot of people like it as well. It's a little different, kind of more of a hybrid build, but I guarantee you're not going to be disappointed. I want to introduce you guys to the Governor. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into the character sheet. Now, this is not, like I said, my typical tank build. But you're going to see max magicka is at 21,137. Magic recovers at 829. Stamina recovers at 887. Max health is at 27,079. Now, keep in mind, that's before minor toughness is applied. When minor toughness is applied, I'll be hitting over that 30k. Max stamina is at 22,429. Spell is currently at 1256. Spell crit currently 22. This is kind of important. Resistance before my buff is 23,637 and 23,620. To the left, you're going to go ahead. Now, this is sword and board on both sides. So max health, you're going to see 26. Stamina 38. Nothing into magicka. And I'm going to be running triple max food and the Lady Mundus. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into the sets. It's going to be kind of interesting, I assure you. Alright, so we're going to be running the redistribution set. Now, I use this in my redistributing leech build with my Templar tank in the past. I decided to opt with it with this build as well. Now, why am I using this set? Well, it's going to give me max health, max stamina, max magicka. When I heal myself, myself at full health, I heal an ally within 15 meters for an additional 2,522 health. This can occur every 3 seconds. Okay, just want to keep that in mind. And then I'm also running the Sentinel set. And I'm going to be running, believe it or not, the prayer set. So this is a light armor set. A lot of people might flog me for this. But the way I look at it, people are wearing a medium armor set on tanks. That's allocation. So why can't I use the prayer set? I'm like, yeah, might as well go ahead and do it. What does the prayer set do? It's going to give me max magicka. It's going to give me spell damage. It's going to give me magic recovery. When I heal a friendly target, I have a 6% chance to grant them a damage shield that absorbs 2,714 damage for 6 seconds. Alright? So basically, I'm shielding and healing and tanking all at the same time. So I'm not typically running a shield system with this build. So forewarning. Okay, so let's go down piece by piece here. Sword of Redistribution, Crusher's Enchant infused. Okay, ideal. Shield of Redistribution, infused, max health, ideal. Mace of Redistribution, putting the life drain enchantment on this. Keep in mind, with the set for the redistribution, I need to keep myself healed for that to proc. So I'm going to use this, and that's going to be infused as well. Shield of Redistribution, infused, max health, ideal. Sentinel, Visage. I just borrowed this from another tune. It's Glyph Max Magicka. If you want a little bit more health, you can use Healthy. But currently it's just Max Magicka. Curse of Redistribution, max health, infused, ideal. Sentinel of the Sentinel Shoulders, Glyph Health. This should be Sturdy. Except I don't have Sturdy. I have a Divine, so I'm using it. Sash of Prayer, Divine. So this is a 5-2 config. 5 heavy, 2 light. Divine, that's ideal. Gauntlets of Redistribution, Sturdy. Stamina, ideal. Greaves of Redistribution, max health, infused, ideal. Shoes of Prayer, this should be Sturdy. It's Divine. Then, of course, I have Necklace of Prayer, glyphed with Stamina Recovery. Ring of Prayer, block reduction. Another Ring of Prayer, block reduction. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the skills. Okay, so I got a way different setup here. So I'm going to be using subtraining assaults, right, for a lot of AoE damage. But the biggest one is I can apply major fracture and major breach to the entire group without having to spam piercing armor. So I'm going to go ahead, use that, and then I can close the gap with the shield assault, which will provide me a damage shield. Now, typically I would tell you to use a range taunt or a shield instead of shield assault. But for, you know, vets and dungeon crawling, it works out great. This combo works out great. Think PvP, close the gap, hit it. Works out nice. Resolving Vigor. Okay, that's going to be a hot that's going to activate that nice passive of the minor toughness of maturation. So when healing you or an ally, grant minor toughness, which increases max health by 10% for 10 seconds. You want to keep hots and heals applied so that keeps 100% uptime. All right. So also, Bull Niche. This is going to help us sustain stamina, but it's also going to give us what? Major sorcery, major brutality. So when I go ahead and kick this in, you're going to go ahead and see now my spell damage goes up to 1507, weapon damage to 1415. That's going to increase my healing capabilities. Okay? We're also going to be using Ice Fortress. This is going to give us major resolve. And maybe I shouldn't have picked such a busy area. And Major Ward, increasing our physical and spell resistance. And we're also going to get minor protection, reducing incoming damage by 8%. So when I go ahead and hit this ability and we go in, now you're going to see my spell resistance is at almost 29 on each. A little shy. Alright. Alright. So, and of course we're going to use Enchanted Forest. We're not typically going to use it, but when people get low, it's going to be great. We just hit it. We generate 20 ultimate if the initial heal is used on a friendly target under 50%. Okay, primary block bar for bosses. Pierce armor, major fracture, major breach, right, and taunt. Leeching Vines, very, very important for this build. Okay, the Leeching Vines is going to go ahead and provide 1,251 heal each time the target takes damage that has this ability on them. This can occur every second. Also, it's going to apply the minor lifesteal to enemies that damage said target. Now, if this is me and I'm getting it, guess what? I'm healing myself by taking damage. The more I'm healing myself and I'm at full health, then it kicks in the redistribution set, healing my allies as well. So I'm going to use this in conjunction with the redistribution. Okay, I'm going to use Deep Slash. I'll lose the minor heroism, but it's really nice because, once again, it affects multiple targets with minor maim. Okay, so minor, very, very important. Absorb Magic, another form of mitigation. Big one, Lotus Blossom. Okay, this is going to give me Major Prophecy, increasing spell critical, right? So heals can crit, especially magical ones. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Plus, guess what? My light and heavy attacks now become a form of healing. So I have 3 healing effects that are being used within my abilities. Okay, and this will swap over with the bar. So it's really nice. When I go ahead and take a look at my character sheet before, we're looking at 22 spell crit. Hit this, go back in. Now we're at 32. Bar swap, and now we're still at that 32. Okay, really nice. And then, of course, Aggressive Warhorn. Okay, no surprise there for a tank. Okay, we're going to pick up some dailies and see what's going on. Need to go to the Way Shrine here. Now, race, very important. Currently, this is a red guard. But, if you were going to use this build, I would suggest Argonian. Why? Because you're going to heal a lot more, right? You're going to heal a lot more with the Argonian. And it's going to pay off for the Argonian a lot better with this build. You can still use any race you want per se, but the Argonian would definitely get a lot better out of it because they increase healing received and healing. So, boom, Argonian with this build would be OP. You know, I was kind of like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm just about to put this prayer set on this dude. I couldn't believe it. But I was like, a shielding system, and then you take a look at Sentinel, right? Sentinel is going to increase my healing by 2%, and then on top of it, guess what? Provide a utility that restores stamina. Now, if that lands on me, then I'm restoring my own stamina on top of my bull netch. Kind of interesting. I think I love the Sentinel out of a lot of monster sets because of that. But if you wanted to go Troll King and increase health regen, you could do that. But the 50%, it's never going to be applied to you. Most likely, it would be applied to a said target. So hence why I didn't go with Troll King. I wanted a lot more resource management. Now, my Undaunted still isn't unlocked all the way on this tune, so that would change as well. Some of these stats. Spindle Clutch 2 and Dire Frost. Alrighty. Actually, I've got to empty my bags real quick. 1 second. I've got a lot of stuff in here. My fault. Should have taken care of this beforehand. I know. Bad mistake. Bad mistake. Just dump some stuff off in the bank. What I can, anyways. That's pretty cool too.
If you're looking.
Don't even know what all I got, but we'll just throw it in there. Okay, we'll just keep it minimal to the purples. Whatever. Alright. So specifics. We got Spindle Clutch 2 and Dire Frost. Gonna go in my own little private chat real quick here. Okay, we're good. Okay, you definitely want to make sure the bull niche is on the same side as the subterranean assault. That'll increase the damage. Oh, champion points. Forgot to get into that. Let's do that really quick. Almost forgot. Okay, Blessed 10.15. Keep in mind we're doing heals. Elemental Expert 707. Not a lot of magic damage, but we'll just put some in there. Spell Erosion 3,960. If you want to put a little bit more and deduct from your Elemental Expert, you can do that. Nothing into the Astronaut. We want to keep 120 in here for the major heroism. We're going to use Piercing at 4,595. Mighty at 1208. That's going to increase the shock damage. Ironclad 1414. Spell Shield 12. Hardy and Elemental Defender both split it at 49. Thick Scan 611. Heavy Armor Focus 20. It's very important with Spell Shield. Quick Recovery 6.7. We aren't using a typical shield system, but our other prayer set does offer a shield, so we'll bump up Bastion 1602. Warlord 904. Tenacity 812, Arcanist 10.15, Mooncalf 909, Healthy 6.17, Shadow Ward 23, Tumbling 611, and that is how the champion points are allocated. Okay, so very simple here. I'm just going to go ahead and close the gap. And now they got Major Fracture, Major Breach on them. As you can see, I'm a little under the 30k, but once my Undaunted is completely unlocked, we'll be at that nice over 30k marker with that minor toughness. If I get a Q, might have to do a random. That would stink. Once again, wait. Now. Okay, once I hit this, you'll see that the heals on that side. Dwemer comes out, restoring my stamina. Okay. What's up with the queue, man? Alright, let's do this. I definitely do not want to hit a friggin' vet, so we'll do normal. Every time I do vet randoms lately, I've been getting vet DLCs, and I get the worst groups lately. It's just terrible. Okay, I'm gonna check out, see if there's any comments. Okay, let's throw this up. All right, tons of people. Marty, what's up? Morning. Lewis, yep. Got the Warden tank. Best tank in the game. I'm ready to fight. Let's do it. I love my Warden tank. Welcome to the stream, Slice. Robert, hola. Storm, why not Healing Thicket? You can use Healing Thicket if you want. You know, I just wanted the other one for the ultimate gain. Just preference. What's up, y'all? Dominion, I have a tank, but I was thinking of trying to make Warden tank. Still don't know how to get the best out of a Warden yet. It's a different play style. There's tons of different ways that you can approach the Warden. It's going to be all, based on, are you using a shield system, using healing system? It's, all on your approach. I'm making a stamina DPS. That tree things save lives. Yep, save them. Morning, Helly. What's up? David. Finally did vet Hellraw Citadel. Got a 70k score, though. At least you got through it the first time. If it's your first time, congrats, man. Look at it on the bright side. The Warden healer build I was telling you about worked well in PvP. Nice. Do you have a written guide for this build? No, I'm working on the website. It's just a lot. I am so busy, but I am working on it on a website. Trying to get everything done and caught up. So, and I still can't believe I'm not getting a kill. Okay, watch. You see that? Now look, it's got major fracture, major breach. Once again, I'm a tank, not the best of both. Now look, now my sentinel's right there. I love this little thing. I said, it can't deal damage for shit, but using a lot of resource management with this build. Lotus Blossom, just remember, man, heavy attacks now and light attacks are going to be healing effects. Nice thing about the Sentinel with this build, as I'm when I'm doing light attacks with that on, right? That's considered a heal. That's going to proc Sentinel. See it? The healing on the right side. So we're using healing as a form of mitigation. There's 4 types of mitigation that we're typically accustomed to. Well, 3. But then you take in consideration the 4th for Elder Scrolls. So typically mitigation consists of block, dodge, and shielding. But in Elder Scrolls, tanks can also what? Self-sustain heals. Well, so can other games if you're a paladin. So that's usually like a 4th, you know, obscure one in most MMOs, given the fact if you're using like paladins or something. But typically warriors never did a lot of self-healing. They depended on your traditional healers. So in Elder Scrolls, we have four forms of mitigation. We either use a dodge, which is still low, block, which is primary, which most people do, shielding, which we can stack with our block effects, and then on top of it, self-sustaining heals. Those are forms of mitigation. So when we do that, healing's not going to reduce damage, but it's going to what? Cushion the effect of taking damage. Blocking is going to what? Reduce damage, right? Then we take shielding, which is going to what? Further reduce damage. And when you take in and you apply all those effects, that's how you're able to do a lot better service to your party members, because the tank usually is taking the blunt of the damage through taunting. When you taunt a boss, the boss is fixated on you as said target. You've generated the threat. So all of a sudden, you're taking the most damage. So you want to reduce the damage, and the least amount of damage you take is the less the healer has to worry about resources, because the healer is going to do what? Continue to heal. But the more damage said party member takes, the more the healer has to apply healing effects, thus maintaining resources. So, takes are very, very important. That's one thing I don't like, is sometimes you'll miss if you do the gap closer. You can, like I said, you can use a ranged taunt if you want. That's fine. Look, once I step in this poison, I can just go ahead and heal myself. Yo, what is up with the kill? I'm a tank. Should be getting one right away. Jeez, Matesis. Okay, let me go ahead and check out the comments. I don't know what's taking so long today, guys. I mean, it must be Tank Palooza today. Am I missing something? Was there an announcement? Let me know when I can get on healer for you. Oh, okay. Are you on PS4? Minions? If you are, I mean, you can group with me. So I might have missed it. Why are you running shield charge? Simple fact is, like, you can throw on a ranged taunt or a shield if you want. In vets, what I like about it is, like, basically just closing the gap. You know, just a fun way to play it, instead of just, like, manually keep running up, you know, wasting resources, like, keep running. So one of the main things I really like about the shield charge, and I'll demonstrate this, because I'm going to be using, you know, the subterranean assault. So basically it's just like, okay, here's my outlet. All of a sudden I hit this. Close in. Now look. Close it. Boom. And then it's applied. And then I get a damage shield. Now, like I said, you can use the ranged taunt if you want. You can also use a CC effect if you wanted to. So on my other Warden tank, I have a CC effect with the wall because I use a frost staff. But if I also wanted to use it on a sword and board, and I go to Winter's Embrace, I can go ahead and take the impaling shards. Also, I can use like Frostgate, you know, to basically, you know, have, you know, a triggering effect. But like if I wanted to, I could take the impaling shards, right, and then put a CC effect, you know, down, and then that's based on max health, you know, if you wanted to do that. So you can also add a CC effect. So if I wanted to just go ahead and pop this on instead of the shield, I can add a CC effect, which is pretty cool. So a lot of ways to do it. Also, you can use, you know, like Bone Shield again. You can use your range taunt. Just a fun way to play it. Keep in mind, when I'm healing at full health, right, it's going to heal other party members. What is up with the kill? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let's try this again. Bet. Yes, please. Bet. Random. There we go. It's going to be a normal. That sucks. Oh well. This will be cake. Normal arcs. Jeez. People got a level. I know. Free weekend. So they got free trial going on. I guess, you know, people are trying the game. We'll go in there. Cool. We got to promote this. Okay, perfect timing for this. Healer isn't in yet. Now, if you didn't want to go with subterranean assault, you wouldn't have to. That's going to be a choice.
You're no match for us. No prison.
People always want to get in that circle. Get out of the circle. Okay.
This swamp is where you'll die.
Oh, I can take that.
Who are you?
I'm Mystic Raven. Who are you?
I want their flesh.
Probably get away with a little less magicka on this build. So if you wanted to go a little bit less, because like I said, that headpiece is supposed to be health, you can do that. Or stamina. Probably could get away with about 18k.
Deal with these trespassers. Belongs to the ladies.
Nope. There's a chest. Simple, whatever. Nope. Get out of the water. Crazy, it's normal. Pretty cake. But yeah, the build works. And it'll take you up into vet. So the build's good for vets. Like I said, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this type build for vet trials. Normal trials, you could probably get away with it. That's, you know, it's a normal trial. But it's really good. Just different way of play. Approach, kind of the healing, tanking in one. Really like it. Just different way. Sometimes that's what you do. You know, you make ways of making the game more fun by what? Approaching the builds slightly different. I'm surprised you're not using Polar Winds. I know you loved it when you were helping me with my Warden tank. I love Polar Winds, but with this build and with the sets, it just didn't really offer. I needed more hots than direct, so that's why I didn't go with Polar Wind. So I went with the Resolving Vigor instead. It was just a lot better for the application, you know, for what I was trying to accomplish with the build. But yeah. I'm making a Mag Sork PvE build. High Elf still good. Yeah, High Elf is always going to be good for Sork, you know. Definitely. So math mystics equals meta. Meta equals Alkosh. No. But hey, you know, I was the Alkosh players that inspired me. I'm like, if they're wearing Alkosh, why can't I wear Prayer? Sure. Why not? Hey, Enslaved, what's up? Did you try out S&B and Frost Staff for taking a Warden? Yeah, I actually have a another Warden tank that uses a Frost Staff. Love it. Love it. Yo, Joshua, welcome to stream. Hope you're doing good, brother. But yeah, I loved Ice Staff on I love Ice Staff even on Warden DPS. The amount of light attacks, you just can't do a heavy attack. If you do, you pull a taunt. So, but light attack, the damage is a lot better as far as light weaving. So I really like that on Warden. Especially, you know, tanks. Works out good. But I just want sword and board so I can keep everything static on the build. So, you know, I really like it. It's just a fun way of playing it. It'll take you up through vet content. The damage shield isn't much, right? It's only like 2,714. But keep in mind you're healing on top of it. So basically you're applying a healing effect. Everything else goes towards what? You know, our magicka effects. Now, like I said, if you wanted to take the magicka down, I would recommend putting this as healthy. If you want more stamina, you can do that. Maybe with this piece, I would still suggest with even this build, keep it around 30k. This is like not my typical custom configuration. I'm accustomed to. But given the fact that I knew what I was going to do with healing effects, I wanted to go this. So let's say you drop 1,000 down. That still gives you 20k max magicka. You still get the Undaunted. You could push that max stamina up to about 24k, and you'd still be good. And your healing effects are still going to hit really nice with this build. Resistance looks good. We're not quite at 31, but like I said, you know, given the fact that we get that that cloak, we're pushing up almost 29k. That's really good, given the fact that we're using a healing system as far as to help with mitigation. So, you know, we have 4 different effects of healing, you know, on top of being able to block. So, just a different way of playing it. Really like it, really enjoy it. Like I said, Argonian probably would capitalize better than any other race, but by all means, you can use any race with this build. That's going to be your preference. Keep in mind, though, Khajiit, if you did Khajiit with this, you get the critical. It's going to apply to spell and weapon. And when you use the Lotus Blossom, then you're looking almost at 2% or something. Let me go ahead and hit that really quick. I think we're going to be looking at, you know, 32, 42. So you're getting 42 spell crit increase and a 32 on weapon. So if you wanted to even do Khajiit, you could do that, right? So heads up. All right, guys. So, and that would affect healing, you know, critical heals. So there you guys have it. This is the Governor. I hope everybody likes it. It's just a fun way of playing it. You can take it all through vet, dungeons, normal trials. I wouldn't recommend this build for vet trials, though. It's just, you know, just forewarning. All right, so if anybody has any questions, comments, post below. I want to thank everybody for watching. Thank all of you. And once again and always, have a nice day.